Often, to achieve your goal, you not only need to work hard, but also find the right path toward your goal. Being on the wrong path means that even if you work hard, your efforts won't pay off. That's what happened to me. I had been studying English unsuccessfully for 10 years until I finally found methods that worked for me. But before, I had tried to learn English in school, with a personal tutor, and even on my own by studying grammar and vocabulary. However, all I could say were simple phrases like "my name is" or "nice to meet you." I remember I used to carry a big English grammar book everywhere with me and try to learn the rules from it whenever I had a chance. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't remember that much. So despite all my efforts, I couldn't speak or understand the language. But then I had a difficult period in my life, so I didn't have much energy or desire to learn or do anything. And because of that, I put my English learning on pause. But after a while, I started to feel that my life was boring and unproductive. I felt like I wasn't doing anything useful. And in order to fix it, I asked myself, what is a small thing I can do that could bring me some benefit in the future? And I thought I could be learning a few English words a week. Right now I can easily learn at least 100 words, but back then I was broken inside and probably depressed, so it was hard to do even the smallest and simplest things. So to be able to learn at least a few words, I used stickers. I wrote words on them and put them in places where I can see them most frequently during a day. I didn't use more than 20 stickers at a time, and I didn't take them off until I remembered all of them very, very well. And I also used words on one topic, like fruits, body parts, emotions, verbs, something like that. So it may have taken around 6 months and 1,000 to 2,000 words until I started noticing that I could understand a lot of things in speeches and texts. It really inspired me to do more, and I started a search for better ways to learn English. Somehow I started intensive reading. It was painful, but the most effective thing. I translated every unknown word and words I didn't know how to pronounce. I remember that translating just one page of a book could take several hours. Though it was excruciating, the more I kept going, the easier it got. It took me around 20 books to become a very confident reader. So now I don't translate unknown words, because most of the time I can understand the meaning from the context and can very well guess pronunciation. The amazing thing with reading is that I naturally learn a lot of grammatical rules. I don't know how to explain it. I had a feeling for the way things sound the best. But unfortunately, when I stopped reading, that feeling started to go away, especially when it comes to grammar. Of course, learning grammar is necessary, and getting everything from reading might be hard, but in my opinion, it's better to learn grammar a little bit at the beginning, read a lot, and only then start to learn grammar deeply. So another thing I did was watching a lot of American TV series. Almost every day for at least 2-3 years, I've been watching at least one episode of something. I remember how at first I could only understand some words and phrases, but the more I watched, the more I read, the more words I learned, the more I could understand. Of course, there were moments, phrases, sentences I didn't understand, but it didn't bother me that much. What I noticed from my learning experience is that the more I read, the more grammatically correct I speak. Reading helps to get a very good sense of language. I haven't been reading regularly for more than 2 years, and now I feel it's much harder for me to write or speak. And no matter how much I listen to English, my grammar almost doesn't improve. However, listening helps unblock and solidify my passive knowledge. So that's how I learned English. So even though I can speak it fluently and understand it almost like my first language, I still feel like there are a lot of things to work on.